Jason Statham versus Scott Adkins. Mixed martial arts is one of the fastest growing sports in the world, and martial arts training is becoming more popular with it. Over the years, we have seen quite a few famous faces training some form of martial arts. Even some of the United States' former presidents practice mixed martial arts, including Theodore Roosevelt, who studied Jiu Jitsu and Judo, and Bill Clinton has trained in Taekwondo. Hollywood has churned out some amazing action films, but through the wire work, computer-generated imagery, fast-paced editing, and special effects, it's hard to know which actors are just going through the motions and which actually have some skills to back it up. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at two of those famous actors and ask the question, who would win in a street fight, Jason Statham or Scott Adkins? But before we do this, remember to give us a thumbs up and a quick click on our subscribe button to get more videos like this one and support Brutal TV. Thanks! But for now, let's go back to Statham and Adkins. First, let's start with Jason Statham. Statham was born on July 26, 1967 in Derbyshire, England. He is best recognized for his anti-hero roles in action movies featuring ridiculously difficult stunts and believable fight scenes. His breakout role was in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels in 1998 and Snatch in 2000, leading to other notable roles in The Italian Job and Spy, among others. Jason's name has become so closely associated with the action genre that anyone who watches a film featuring him knows exactly what to expect. He's even gone as far as to promote an entirely separate Oscar category for stunts, as at the present time, stunt performers and actors performing difficult fighting choreography are not recognized by the Academy. While Jason's stunts often look too good to be true, he actually does most of his own, meaning every fight scene and crazy trick you see in his films are done entirely by him. His ability to make these stunts look so natural is thanks to his long background in various forms of martial arts. The actor decided at an early age that he would not be following in his father's footsteps as a street seller. Instead, he started martial arts lessons. From there, he pursued a brief athletic career, diving and playing football. He even became a member of Britain's national diving squad, competing for England in the 1990 Commonwealth Games. It was his very athletic background that helped him break into the entertainment industry. He began as a male model, modeling for brands like Tommy Hilfiger and Levi. This was where he met Guy Ritchie, resulting in his first acting role. Because of his training in martial arts, Statham is considered somewhat of a professional, especially by film industry standards. Because of this, he has often insisted his stunts be unchoreographed, which is often what leads them to look so authentic. And that iconic jump from a school bus to a jet ski in the Transporter sequel was done by Jason himself, only further proving his athleticism. In addition to his mixed martial arts training, Jason has pursued training in a variety of other practices, rounding out his skill set. He is a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and professionally trained in Wing Chun, Kung Fu, kickboxing, and karate. We are now at the halfway mark, so just a reminder to like this video and subscribe to Brutal TV for more top quality fighting videos. Now, back to our two actors. Our second actor, Scott Adkins, was born on June 17, 1976, in the West Midlands, England. Born into a working-class British family, Scott seemed to be an unlikely future professional actor. While still in his teens, Adkins began training in judo, idolizing stars such as Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. After being mugged on a bus when he was around 13, he kicked his training into overdrive to try and ensure something like that would never happen again. At the age of 14, he began to train in Taekwondo, Ninjutsu, Krav Maga, Karate, Wushu, Jiu Jitsu, Muay Thai, Capoeira, and gymnastics, later followed by kickboxing. These were skills that he continued to develop well into adulthood, and they were to prove very beneficial later on when he made the leap into acting. Although Adkins began taking drama classes at the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art at the age of 21, He soon found it difficult to pay for the courses and ultimately had to drop out. Lucky for him, however, his prowess in martial arts came in handy when he was offered a small role in the 2001 Jackie Chan action movie, The Accidental Spy. Throughout the early 2000s, Adkins appeared in a number of British television shows, and by the late 2000s, he had lead roles almost exclusively appearing in action films again, including Undisputed 2, Last Man Standing, in which he played Yuri Boyka. It was this film that broke him into the mainstream with his villainous portrayal of a Russian MMA underground fighter, in what has been hailed as one of the best American-made martial arts films of recent times. Then came its sequel, Undisputed 3, Redemption, as well as Assassination Games, which also starred Jean-Claude Van Damme. Adkins reunited with Van Damme twice in 2012, with both tough guys featured in The Expendables 2 and Universal Soldier: Day of Reckoning. Scott is another athlete that likes to do all of his own stunts, so pretty much anything you see him do on screen is really him. He holds a black belt rank in kickboxing and is currently a kickboxing instructor for the Professional Karate Association. He also holds a red belt in Taekwondo. All that athleticism does not come easy though. Adkins keeps himself in shape with sparring and weight training. 5 or 6 days of the week, he goes to the gym, and on just the bench press alone, he lifts 225 pounds. So there you have it. 2 British action movie stars, both doing their own stunts, and both are pretty good at the mixed martial arts. So who would win in a street fight? Now, we have all seen these 2 guys up against each other in the movie world, but remember, they were only acting. If they were to actually go head-to-head in a street fight, it would be a very close call. Scott Adkins has obviously been training in a variety of techniques for the best part of 28 years and is also an instructor in kickboxing, while Jason Statham has trained in fewer techniques and for only about 19 years. Adkins is almost a full decade younger than Statham, but old enough to not make rookie mistakes. At 170 pounds, Statham does have about 5 pounds on Adkins, but that could be negligible and might actually be a help to Adkins given their height. So would a combination of experience, youth, and range of skills give Adkins the win here? It's difficult to give a definite answer to this question, as they are both highly talented in their martial arts, and it's unlikely they will ever come up against each other, except for in the movies, of course. Do you have a favorite out of the 2? Which one do you think would win? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Brutal TV for more top fighting videos just like this one. Thanks for watching.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.